Hey, Chris Dempsey, the birthday boy. Happy birthday. Nuggets got you a gift. And Christopher Marlowe.
Mine's in September.
All right, we'll remember that. Fellas, the last time these teams played in Denver in a playoff game, it ended a little differently. The Nuggets found a way tonight. Again, and it didn't start great. They were down 10 in the first quarter. Where did they find their inspiration to come back and win that game?
Yeah, so I just think sometimes you get punched in the gut a little bit before you punch back. And I thought for the Nuggets, that first quarter was Minnesota really just imposing its will on this basketball game. And then into that second quarter, into the third, it was the Nuggets really punching back. And I thought the aggressiveness level went through the roof. The defense in the third especially went through the roof. They just competed a whole lot harder. And once they started to do those things, the talent started to separate this game out.
Yeah, that first quarter was rough. Jokic was playing the facilitator, trying to get everybody involved, and the Nuggets weren't hitting. Minnesota was playing well. I thought the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second quarter, the Nuggets got in there and they started playing better. Got a little more aggressive on offense, a little more aggressive on defense. And I thought they held their own, and they got to halftime, and then in the third quarter, where Jokic started to pick it up, and that's where I think the game really turned.
All right, they shifted gears in the second quarter. Jeep shifting gears presented. In the second quarter, they scored 39 after being down 10 at the end of the first. They brought it, and you can thank the bench, guys. The bench gave them that spark. They were +6 in the non-Jokic minutes to start that second quarter. Jamal played a heavy hand in that, but the bench players came to ball early in this game.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, look, they start the second quarter for the majority of them do. And, you know, one of the things that I think is a key in this series is the Nuggets bench's ability for the bench to win that battle. You know, look, Minnesota brings off Ayo Dosunmu, obviously Naz Reid, who can fill it up a little bit when he gets going, and then Bones Highland. But it's a bench, though, that you can take advantage of, and you can do that from a scoring standpoint, and I thought the Nuggets did a really nice job there.
I hate to bury the lead, but someone in the pregame show said, hey, what's your key to the game? What's going to do it for the Denver Nuggets? His name was Jamal Murray. He carried the ball until late, until Jokic took over. So I thought Jamal Murray was +13, the highest Nugget on the night, and I just thought he was amazing.
Yeah, well, Jamal Murray, what's crazy about his stat line, he didn't shoot the ball all that well. 7 for 22, 0 for 8 from 3, but he was 16 for 16 from the foul line, locked in. And he's with our Katie Wingy as we speak. Let's go downstairs.
All right, Jamal, you've seen that team so many times. You knew what this would be. How did you go out there and execute your game plan today?
We just fed off the crowd. We knew it was going to be, that's why we work for home court advantage, to have you guys here. So, appreciate you guys.
You talked this week about playing free, about playing your game when you stepped out there. What about that mentality allowed you to perform in the way you did?
I think just experience. You know, in the first game in the playoffs, you have all this adrenaline, nerves, excitement, you know what I'm saying? So just to come out and be relaxed, do what I do, and just play aggressive.
Game one, you mentioned it, it's a feel-out game. What did you learn about what this series will require of your team?
It's not a feel-out. To me, it's the most important game in the series. It sets the tone, and that's why you work for home court advantage to win this game right here. So appreciate you guys showing up.
Okay, you mentioned it. What was the playoff atmosphere like for you?
Exactly what it was. It's amazing to hear these fans cheer at the highest level. These are the moments you live for, so it's just a lot of fun to play in front of this crowd.
Appreciate your time, Mal. Thank you.
30 points for number 27. He did it the hard way. And, you know, the beauty of Jamal Murray, nothing really gets him out of his zone, out of his discomfort area. Because last year, and remember game 2, he threw that heat pad and things looked out of sorts. He looks totally focused.
You know, I have a theory, if I can just break in real quick. So, crazy stat line. He's got the 30, but he didn't shoot well. He got fouled so much, he never got into a shooting rhythm. 7 of 22, he missed all the threes. But at the free throw line, he was cooking. So, yeah, a playoff riser, that's for sure.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, I think that when you take the totality of how many shots he took, I mean, that's, when you talk about the field goal attempts and the free throws, it's 38, right? He was very, very aggressive all night long, very aggressive, aggressive to the rim. He didn't settle for three-point shots. He didn't settle for the shot that Minnesota wanted him to take. No, he took the shot that he wanted to take in each of those possessions. And then on the flip side of this, I think the Nuggets do just a fabulous job of keeping him free and keeping defenders on his back and keeping him in space. He was not hemmed in at all in any real way, shape, or form in this basketball game. And as long as that continues to be the case, then he's going to be able to put numbers like this up.
Nikola Jokic, right? You're watching this game and you're saying, when is Nikola going to get going? He only attempted 4 shots in the first half. He was a little passive.
Yeah.
And then you look at his final numbers, another triple-double, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. He proved to be the closer. I mean, he just does what Nikola does.
You know, you'd always like him to be more aggressive at the start. Calm down, calm down. He's so gracious and so generous. He wants to get everybody involved. He wants to get everybody an assist. But once he puts his mind to it, it's off to the races.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did in the third quarter in it, right? We talked about where he was situated on the basketball court for the most part in the first half. And then the third quarter just got right straight to the rim. And as a matter of fact, I think his first 2 points in the paint came in the third quarter. And so he forced the issue to the rim where they really just can't guard him at all. Yeah. I think the Nuggets figured out in the first half that they probably should get him a couple of more touches in the actual paint for him to be effective right around the rim. Now, because look, now if he draws more defenders, now you spray it out for a 3, and you can relocate.
He lulled them to sleep is what he did.
Exactly right. So it was just really well done, but it just looked like his energy level went way up in that third quarter as a scorer, as an aggressive
slices.
Marlo, the Nuggets won. You can loosen your tie a little bit. We can go a little lax on the post-game show. Loosen it up. Loosen it up, Marlo. There you go. I mean, look at some of these fans here in the Colorado Social. Look at this hair. Look at that hair. We're back with more Nuggets post-game live after this timeout. 106, the final. Here are your Chevy final stats. I do want to add this, fellas. When the Denver Nuggets hold the opposition under 110 points, they're 21-2 on the year.
Yeah, and defensively, they did the job. I mean, it didn't start out that way, but it finished that way, and that's all that matters. And then that free throw number there, Chris, is huge.
I tell you what, Chris Finch is going to be so mad tonight.
He's going to point that out.
He's going to point that out. He's going to say they got hosed down. But, a foul is a foul.
This crowd is
they
loud.
like the free throws.
Yeah.
Lots of free throws.
It was a great atmosphere here at Ball Arena today. The towels, it's just everything. The crowd was electric. You could feel it. As a matter of fact, Jamal Murray said that to Katie at the end of their interviews, talking about just how great these fans were in cheering on their basketball team tonight. It was amazing. Yeah.
Talk about the stops of the game, brought to you by Brakes Plus, and I think the biggest defensive stop, third quarter defense, where they held the T-Wolves to 17 points in the third. They just locked them down. Was it Minnesota missing, or did the Nuggets make an adjustment?
I'll tell you what, you're not sure, but it seemed like the tempo picked up with the Nuggets. The energy and effort was better. I think Minnesota felt a little bit of the pressure and the atmosphere. Ball Arena was crazy. It was electric. These fans were unbelievable, and they just kind of succumbed to the pressure, I think.
Yeah, so I think for me, what I saw in that third quarter, I just saw a greater attention to detail and a greater level of energy defensively, right? Starting in the paint. So you just didn't have a bunch of Minnesota players roaming in the paint, doing what they want, finishing out the rim, or creating shots for others, act like you did in the first half. Passes just weren't getting through 2 and 3 sets of arms. That ball was getting deflected, stolen, and then they were running back the other way. And so when the Nuggets just established a better defensive posture like that in that third quarter, that's how you get numbers like that, when you just shut a team down. Then Minnesota did them a favor. They didn't make any three-pointers. So if you can't get to the paint, and you're not making three-pointers, then I'll show you 26% in the quarter.
Nuggets showed some resolve.
Yes.
I like that word. They were just focused. That third quarter was a beautiful thing. They were going to take them out, and they did.
What's a baker's dozen? That's the Nuggets win streak right now. 13 straight.
Yeah.
As we go to this timeout, these fans have been here for all 13 of them. This one meant a little more, didn't it?
The best thing about the playoffs is it doesn't matter how you win the game, you just got to go win the game. Okay, we had a tough night shooting the ball. Our defense held us through the entire night, especially after the first quarter, and then ball protection in the second half. Only 4 for 5. That means you're getting shots up to the rim. That gives you a chance to offensive rebound, and it gives you a chance to get back and load up defensively. Okay, we forced 13 turnovers for 17 points, which is a great number. And even in a playoff game like that, you still found a way to get 27 assists, which means everybody's sharing it. Okay, so a bunch of positives to look at. It's the first part of the process. Okay, enjoy it as we go through it. Stay together. All right, bring it in. Great job. Good job.
Good win. Then here we go. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together.
Yeah, you know, I love their demeanor after the game. This series is just getting started. They're not partying here, even though. What is the percentage you said? Game 1 of a best of 7. That team that wins game 1. How many do they win in this series?
85.5% of the time, the team that wins game 1
at home
in an NBA playoff series at home. That's what the Nuggets are after. 85%.
All right, leave it to the numbers guy. Let's take a look at our marquee matchup coming into this game. Everybody wondered how would Joker and Rudy match up. I thought for the most part, to be honest, I know Joker had a triple-double. I thought Rudy played pretty stern defense against Joker today.
Well, he certainly started out that way in that first half, and whether it was Joker being a little bit more passive or Rudy being a little bit more aggressive, maybe it's just a combination of both. Yeah, he started off that way. Now, I think that kind of tailed off as the game went on, right? As Joker decided he wanted to get more aggressive. And then I think the Nuggets started running some pretty fun stuff in order to get him a little bit more space so that he can, you know, those little short shots that he puts up around the rim.
Yeah, I think Rudy was happy in the first quarter and the first half that Jokic was playing the facilitator and not trying to score. But once Jokic got it rolling and started to score, Rudy was basically helpless. I thought Rudy played okay in the offensive end. He got some follows, some dunks, but you know, that's a matchup the Nuggets have to win every game of this series.
When the Nuggets lost to Minnesota in those 2024 playoffs, they didn't have the bench. They didn't have the bench they have today. And that bench proved to be a difference maker. Primarily that guy, Bruce Brown, joins us live next on Nuggets PostGame Live.
Way to go, man.
My guy, how you doing, my guy?
Okay, let's try it again. Bruce.
Just... You didn't know it was so lit up here, huh?
Bruce. Instant, I call you as colorful as your outfit right now. You are instant energy on this game. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals. How big a difference was that second quarter when that second unit came out and gave them life?
Yeah, it was huge. Our job, second unit, is keep it even or give them some energy, and that's what we did tonight.
Yeah, just talk about the game as a whole. I mean, it's very important to come out and establish how the series is going to go. You guys were able to do that over the course.
Yeah, we know the playoffs are super physical. They're a super physical team. They're going to hold, they're going to grab, but we can't react. We just got to play our game.
Bruce, when you were just a little tight, were you always this energetic, or did you have to kind of grow into it? What about when you were little Bruce?
I was always like this. A little too much.
Crazy.
Too much candy. Yeah, I was always like this.
But how important, I mean, the turnovers you force, man, they're steals, you're getting your hands. How important are those in the playoffs especially?
I think every possession is super important in the playoffs, right? We get out and we run. That fuels our break, gives us easy buckets, gets Jamal feeling good, AG feeling good, CB feeling good when they see an easy one go in. So if I can do that all series, I think we'll be fine.
And in particular, in that third quarter, you guys hold them to 17 points. And just what changed defensively for you guys in that quarter?
Knowing our personnel, I mean, we know what McDaniels and all those guys want to do. Just forcing guys to do what they don't want to do, and just live with the results.
Okay, I've got one for you. So it's in the first quarter. The Nuggets are not doing well. Are you sitting on the bench going, better get me in there?
I'm not saying that, but I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, all right, what time am I going in? Sometimes it's different. Sometimes I go in at 6. Sometimes I go in at 4. But I know what my job is, and I'll try to do that every game.
Yeah, they love you. Bruce, you know this series ain't close to over. You one game here. I mean, heck, last time you played this, you weren't here the last time the Nuggets played Minnesota in the postseason. Do you remember watching that series, though? Do you remember watching?
Yeah, it was super physical. I mean, they lost, what, Game 7 they lost at home? Yeah, I mean, it's super physical, and yeah, I forget where I was at the time, but I was super locked in, and I wish I was playing in the playoffs at that time.
So the beauty of your game, folks, I don't know if you guys know this, he's the only Nugget to play in all 82 games this year. All 82. You're available. How much do you take pride in your availability?
Yeah, I mean, the last few years I dealt with injuries once I left here, and I only played 41 games last year, and then the big question was, am I going to be healthy to play this year? So my goal was to play every single game, even if I'm bruised up, nicked up, and just push through it and get out there and hoop.
And you played in front of these fans, and this is a very electric arena tonight. How much energy did the fans give you here tonight?
The crazy thing is, Jalen Pickett asked me, he was like, you don't listen to music before the game? And I was like, once we go out there and I hit a crowd, I'm good. That's all I need to hear. So.
Bruce, off the wall question. How many cowboy hats do you own?
I actually cut it down a lot. I used to own a lot, but
well, what's a lot?
Too many to count. But now what I wear is probably like 4.
Just 4?
Just 4.
But how many did you have at your peak?
At my peak?
Couple hundo?
No, probably like 30.
All right. Yeah, okay, that's good.
How was a guy
7 5/8, by the way.
7 5/8? Oh, we're the same size. We're the same size.
How does a guy from Boston become a cowboy?
I just think embracing Denver. I think that's what it was, right? I think that Western night we had, me and DJ and Jeff dressed up that night, and I just went with it.
All right, what kind of adjustments do you think Minnesota's going to make for Game 2? Because you know that they're going to come out a little.
Yeah.
Hey, it was physical today. Game 2 Monday night, maybe.
Yeah, I think Game 2 probably going to be the hardest game of the series. They're just going to be super physical. Obviously, they're going to make adjustments. They're going to make shots. They're not going to go. I don't know what the stats say.
Dempsey's got him.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just going to be super physical and try to force turnovers, try to get on a transition, and we just got to limit our turnovers.
How about a tip of the cap to Bruce Brown, everybody? Bruce CB, congratulations, buddy. Bruce Brown,
thank you, Bruce.
helping
Really
the Nuggets take Game 1 here at Ball Arena. We have more from the wing presented by Golden Flame Hot Wings. Some of Jamal Murray's most notable performances against these Timberwolves in the playoffs. Of course, 30 points. Highly recommended when you need to win Game 1. He had 40 in 2023.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, I think, about just the general trajectory of some of these series for Jamal Murray is usually a team will establish some sort of a way to slow him down, whatever. I know that the shooting was 7 of 22, but he got really good looks in this basketball game. He wasn't getting bad looks or no looks at all, so I think that's going to improve, but usually he improves over the course of a series and gets things figured out. So if we're already starting at 30 points on 16 made free throws, I can only imagine what this is going to be by the end of the series.
Well, he could have had 40 or 50 tonight if he makes his shots.
No doubt about it, if he makes a 3.
For sure.
All right, Uncle Chris Marlowe brought some gifts. He's going to give away a pair of shoes tonight, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned style. Free throws here for these young people.
Okay, so we're going to step up to this line.
Joker or AG361.
Do you want me to hand them out?
Here we go, Chris.
Is that who makes it?
Whoever makes it.
All right.
He's got to make it. We'll go through the line.
You want a rebound?
Yeah.
I don't know if Marlowe can. Marlowe, you sure you can rebound that basketball? Oh, good try.
Just get back, just go ahead and get back. We'll go 2 times
First
through.
two to make. First 2 to make.
right, let's try to put it in there.
Oh! In and out.
We'll go ahead and get back to the back, and we'll go through one more time probably. All right, my guy. Whoa! Okay, come see.
Here you go.
We'll see Chris.
Come on over here. This is what is going to happen.
Wait, hold on.
Don't give away the code.
Congratulations. Don't give away the code.
The codes.
All right,
All right, go ahead.
Oh! Oh, look at that. Oh! We're starting in front of the
All
line
right, back
again.
to the beginning.
Oh! Okay, I tell you what, while we shoot these free throws, we'll get this one more in.
Yeah! All right, it's for your brother.
He's in for it. Oh! We're going to go downstairs and hear Spencer Jones talking to the media while we giving away another pair of shoes here.
Nicely done, my guy.
Spencer, your first time getting to play in the playoffs, what was it like?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the atmosphere is crazy around here. Love the fans and everything like that, and the intensity, and you know, both on defense and offense, every possession counts more, and it's just a fun atmosphere to be in.
What did it mean to you to be the second guy off the bench in a playoff game? You hit a three. You were on a two-way contract earlier this season.
Nah, it means a lot. I mean, to see the growth and everything like that, and the opportunity, and especially the trust of the coaching staff to throw me in there after AG picks up his third foul, and just take advantage of the opportunity. That's what it's been since I've been here.
Can you take us through what it's been like for you to get your body back to this place to be able to play?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were a little conservative with it, just make sure I'd be healthy this time. But it was, a low-grade strain, so it was just, taking care of it the last 2 weeks, slowly ramping up, and then, just being ready for once practices came to be in full swing and see how it felt going in the, little scrimmage time we had there. And so that's when I, knew it felt good, and then knew I was playing Saturday. So
what was the mental side of it like?
For me, it was just, I've been through injuries before, so it wasn't too crazy, but it was just mentally prepping that, I figured like when I'd come back out, it was going to be playoff time, making sure I'm ready to go, making sure I'm in shape and everything for that. So, I mean, it was just, once I got back out there, it would mean a lot. So,
you mentioned the belief and what it means to you. Just what has this journey been like to get to this point and to know that this team believes in you this much?
My bad, Val. I'm sorry, brother. No, I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot. It means the world. Like the progression and everybody. Like even last year, a lot of guys had belief in me when I was getting in the garbage time minutes, and to see that grow and grow with the more minutes I get and the different situations we're in, and everything like that. I mean, look, it just speaks to how we come together as a team and how everybody believes in everybody.
Will your first playoff minutes get a LinkedIn post?
We'll see. We'll see how much time I got. I got my family in town, so we'll see.
What did you like about what you guys did defensively?
Good to have Spencer Jones back in the mix. Of course, not having Peyton Watson was a factor, so Spencer providing some defense for the Nuggets. Chris Finch, we're going to hear from him momentarily. What do you think the storyline will be in the Minnesota locker room? The Nuggets had 33 free throw attempts to Minnesota's 19.
Yeah, right there. You're going to, well, we'll see. He's a terrific coach. He's a great guy. But nobody likes it when the other team shoots, twice as many free throws as you do. Yeah. So there might be a little bit of lobbying here, setting it up for the next game.
Let's go downstairs. Chris Finch, followed by Rudy Gobert down in the media locker.
Right in the middle of one run back, one in the paint, which was a tough pass for Rudy to handle. And Rudy does the wraparound DHO that they poke away. Then we get the away from the play foul, and then it just, wasn't very smart. We got to be more composed and down 7. I don't know what's left, like 3 minutes or something like that, and then we foul up the floor. So plays like that really hurt you in playoffs, and especially against an experienced team.
Given how much experience you guys do have in these spots, is it actually surprising, disappointing to see that lack of composure?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about, being able to ride the waves of adversity that happen in a possession or a game or certainly a series. And I thought we did that, and being able to ride out some some kind of poor offense, whether it was lack of shot making or lack of movement, gave ourselves a chance, kept guarding, and then got back in, got to within 2. And then, within that period of time, a bunch of, like the plays that we just talked about. So we got to be better there, and it's a bit of a telltale for us when we're not good in those moments, so.
Lack of ball movement, especially in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
It just seemed, you had 1 assist in the first 9 minutes.
Yeah.
What happens in that type of situation where they get locked in to their own?
Yeah, everyone was, I think trying to get themselves going a little bit there. Ball didn't move. Played a lot of shell offense. A lot of guys stuck on the perimeter, not punching any gaps, no movement. I thought we had really good movement, ball movement in the first half too, and just kind of dried up. And it really cost us because it kind of led to a lot of easy baskets for them, being able to run out of our poor offense.
How did Ant look to you?
I think just mental mistakes. I felt like we play with the right mindset tonight, and we just got to sustain adversity a little better. I think mentally more than anything. We gave ourselves a chance to win this game. I think we're down 5 with 2 minutes left, and we a little more mental toughness, and we can flip that over.
How did you try to approach Jokic, and how successful do you think you were just in trying to make it as tough as possible on him?
Just try to make him work. Try to bother him as much as I can, and then be aggressive on the other hand. He's obviously probably one of the best offensive players in the history of the game, so it's always a fun challenge for me.
So it's all relative, right? Rudy Gobert says, try to make him work. Joker got another triple-double, so you could play great defense and Joker still produces. Gobert, though, on the other side, he finishes with 17 points and 10 rebounds. Jaden McDaniels just told the Minnesota media, he said, quote, if Rudy plays like that, we're going to win the series.
Well, they didn't even win the first game, so there you go. I don't really know how to take that. I thought Rudy Gobert was the recipient of really actually good offense early from Minnesota that would collapse the defense, and they would just throw it up at the rim, or they would dump it down to him, and then he would dunk. So I don't know that he was just like an overwhelming offensive player, more so than taking advantage of opportunities presented.
I thought he played okay. What I really admire about Rudy is his voice. Deep voice, second language, well-spoken, thoughtful. He has some.
What are you, a pathologist?
I'm just saying, like, if you ever retire or anything, he could be a good fill-in. He's got like the voice and the presence, and he can dunk
with a French accent.
You can't. No, he was barely French accent there. He was pretty good.
I will say this. It's interesting to hear both the coach and Rudy Gobert talk about what they did not do in clutch time. And that is not a young team. They didn't just come to the scene right now. They should know how to handle themselves in the last 5 minutes of the game. And what you heard from him is say mental mistakes, and you heard from Finch basically the same thing. These playoff games come down to clutch time almost all the time.
Yep.
And if you cannot operate in those moments, then you will lose.
And that is where the Nuggets, in my opinion, have shown the most improvement over the last month. Remember, clutch time was an issue earlier in the season. During this streak, they have turned it up a notch, and they win in the clutch today. They take a 1-game lead in this series. It's 1-0 from Ball Arena. When we come back, our final thoughts, and we'll set you up for what's in store Monday night. It's finished with 27 dimes in this contest. The role players especially helpful. 17 from AG.
That's good stuff.
Guys, let's not forget, AG had some early foul trouble, did not play more than 10 minutes in the first half, but he was a difference maker in the second.
Yeah, he was doing all the things that we know AG can do, getting to the rim, just being very physical. You heard Bruce Brown earlier talk about how physical this team is, and what you have to do to match physicality is meet it with your own physicality, and this guy gives the Nuggets a chance to really do that consistently.
Yeah, it's just such a difference when he's in the game. Not only does he give you the physicality, but he gives you Yeah, he can make some three-point shots. He can block some shots. He can get some dunks. He can get the crowd going. He does basically whatever he wants when he's not in foul trouble, right? That's why they call him Mr. Nugget.
It's so vital to have a healthy Aaron Gordon on this team. I mean, because he does all those little things, the glue things. You know who else gave a spark tonight? Cam Johnson. Don't underestimate what he did. 12 points for Cam. He is in the Nuggets locker room as we speak.
In particular.
A lot better. And it still wasn't even, the prettiest after that, but we just kind of played hard, stuck with the game plan, and, some balls bounced our way, and we were able to take advantage, get back in the game, and then build a little lead.
How did you feel the experience of this team and even just this season play out for you?
I think it just allowed us to keep our head, keep our cool, don't get too high, don't get too low, and just trust in the other people on the court, and just take it play by play. And I think there were some real key moments in the game where we just kept our composure the way we needed to.
Watched Christian play defense all year. What is it about his defense that makes him good?
Just sticks with it, man. Just relentless, just effort, and then some good instincts on top of that.
Kim, how big is it to just take advantage of home court, start out 1-0 in the series?
Yeah. You have to take advantage. Got to do it again. These are ones that you want to set the tone for the series and play to the crowd and show that you're comfy at home.
How big was that 14-0 run in the third quarter to kind of grab control of this one?
Very big, and I think it started on the defensive end, just getting stops and getting out and running.
We know how lethal this offense has been in the regular season, but what does it say that you could put together an offensive output, but also couple it with a defensive intensity?
I think, for us to go where we want to go, and that starts with winning the series, we have to put up performances like that. And so today, defensively, I think at times is what won us the game. Putting together those stops and making it hard and executing the game plan. You got to do it again, though.
What's you guys prepared for this series? Did you guys spend 50% on offense, 50% on defense, or was it weighted more on defense?
Really? But that's how it usually is. We're going to do what we do on offense. We kind of know the adjustments that they'll make, so we'll go over it. But defensively, it's really a chess match in how we want to, create some wrinkles for them.
What's the biggest key to forcing Anthony Edwards and their wings into difficult shots?
Getting into the ball and for us on ISOs, getting into the ball and making it hard on them, and then a pick and roll, doing the same. Just keeping a little bit of pressure on them is the key. Don't let them get too comfortable.
What tone do you feel like has been set after this game one?
I think it's just a tone of competition. You saw it get chippy there. It'll probably be chippy the next game, and they're going to come out and swing, and you got to expect that.
Your mindset in defending Ant?
Try to be physical, get up and touch him early. I don't think we did a very good job right away with that, but I think as the game went on, he does a great job in his levels, and Yoke being up was good first, so just be physical, try to make the shots as tough as possible. He's a great player. We understand he's going to score, he's going to do what he does, but just make it as tough on him as possible.
What changed about your ability to take care of the basketball as the game progressed?
Yeah, it seems like to start the game, we were just a little frantic. We weren't getting to our spots, we weren't holding our spots. And I think as the game went on, we did a good job of holding our spots, taking care of the ball. And it felt like when we did take care of the ball, we were getting good shots. So that was definitely the emphasis, after that mess of, the first 4 minutes.
How well do you feel like you guys executed the game plan that you wanted to execute today?
I mean, as long as you win, I think you can look back, and there's going to be changes. It is a series for a reason. There's going to be changes. They're going to throw different stuff at us. We're going to throw different things at them. But as long as we win, obviously you're going to look back, back at it as a positive. I do think it was good when you win and you don't play well. I think that's a good sign. So I don't think we played our best basketball. I don't think we shot it as good as we're going to. So there's a lot of room to improve, and that's always a good sign too.
When and where did you embrace defense? Because a lot of players, they like scoring. They like getting the headlines. When did you kind of embrace it?
I think to get on the court at Kansas my freshman year, that was kind of a big thing. To get on the court there, you have to guard. And so I think that's kind of where I embraced it. And then obviously you go up a level. Same thing. You got to do it. Got you there. And so that was a big thing for me. I think this team, there was a need for that, and I understood that. And I got to watch KCP and I got to watch Bruce, and those guys kind of carve out a role playing defense. And then obviously the offensive side, it's easy for them because of how good everybody else is. So I understood that, and I understood defense is what's going to get me on the court. It's going to, it's what's going to keep me on the court too. So I love the challenge. I love, being able to guard the best player every single night. And so I take pride in it, and obviously it's my job, so I got to do it.
I imagine you have to have kind of a unique.
Christian is so right about, winning a game where you don't shoot the ball particularly well. You look at the Nuggets' three-point percentage tonight. They were 10 for 36, 27%. This is the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. They were 10% worse than their normal, and yet they win the game. Yeah. That's big.
Yeah, I mean, look, what was Jamal? He was 0 for 8. And he's a 42% three-point shooter. So
one of the best in the league.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's going to flip soon. Minnesota will have to deal with a game, actually multiple games, where the Nuggets make 15 or more three-pointers in that game. And can they survive that? Yeah. It's difficult.
I like Christian Brownie. Every night he knows he's going to be guarding the best offensive player for Minnesota. Or any other team they play. Yeah. So he accepts the challenge. He accepts the challenge and usually does really well. And held Ant, and not himself all the time because they were switching, but Ant a subpar game for him.
Mm-hmm. He looks hurt still. He doesn't look, Ant looks like the knee is bothering him a little bit. He didn't look very explosive at times tonight. Did you guys notice that, or is it just me?
Yeah, I mean, I could see some of that. I think early on he was getting to the rim a little bit more than certainly he did late in the game. I think they did a nice job of walling him off a lot better, having him shoot jump shots, and maybe, to your point, if you're feeling like yourself, you force the issue a little bit more. Yeah. If you're not, then you just settle for that jump shot.
All right, let's take a look at what's ahead. Select Health upcoming schedule. It's pretty simple. Monday night, they do it again. This is a favorite tip-off time for Chris Marlowe. We're going to have a lot of coffee here in the post-game studio.
Tim Hardaway's coffee.
You're right. We've got it in the back over here.
Yeah.
8:30 tip Monday night. So we go from an afternoon affair to a late night. It's all right. The Nuggets are great late at night.
I'll be sufficiently warmed up for that one.
Fellas, before we say goodbye, what do the Nuggets, because Minnesota will be even more physical than they were tonight. How do the Nuggets counter that?
I think you just match them. You just match them, whatever they come with. You ever see The Untouchables? You bring a knife, I bring a gun, that kind of thing.
Marlo, we saw Jaden McDaniels tonight two-hand shove Joker out of bounds. Are you asking Nuggets to start two-handing shoving guys?
No, I think you just want to play with physicality.
Okay.
Scott Hastings always says the more physical team has a big advantage. And this was this was a dirty play.
What?
That's a dirty play.
I agree.
He could have shoved him right into the photogs, and it could have been an injury
or the
there.
stanchion,
That was just not called for.
What started that? That's weird. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's just frustrated, and
he scored.
I know.
Yeah, and look at him mouthing off after that, which is even worse.
Yeah. Look, it's interesting because these plays, this is kind of stuff that you get usually late in a series after they have seen each other so many times. Yeah. They're really sick of each other. Now, if you're getting this kind of stuff now, you have to wonder, if you're Chris Finch, you got to get the mindset of your players back in the right actual space. Yeah. If we're two-hand pushing Nikola Jokic in game 1, what are we doing in game 3? What are we doing in game 4?
Now, this is going to get more intense. Yeah. More testy. Yeah. There's going to be more physicality, more options for sure.
What is that sign? 2 rings down. You just got married? Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Hey, you know what? We have 2 celebrations. A birthday for Chris Dempsey.
Yeah,
and a wedding here.
Yes.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye. How about we give him a birthday sing on the way out? What do you